First of all, I want to acknowledge your bravery in coming here today. And Mr. Stiffarm, it is truly stunning to hear that our tribal members are being threatened by the cartels for testifying before Congress. That is something that needs to be addressed, and I think one of the things that should come out of this hearing is that we contact the FBI and find out exactly what they are doing to make sure that we can protect our tribal members from such unlawful conduct. Mr. Kirk and Mr. Stiffarm, Chairman Jose, thank you for being here. As the representative of the state of Wyoming with the Northern Arapaho and Eastern Shoshone tribes, listening to your testimony is sadly all too familiar. Our two tribes both reside on the Wind River Reservation, and much like your situations in Montana, our reservation covers 2.2 million acres that are very remote with a dispersed population. The reservation relies on the BIA Wind River Agency for law enforcement, which has just 32 officers dedicated to the region. While the drug crisis is unfortunately not new to Wind River, dating back to at least the early 2000s, the situation has only worsened with the crisis at the southern border and the presence of cartels and new drugs in our communities. I have now visited the border 3 times. I've been to the Yuma sector, I've been to Eagle Pass, Texas, and I've been in the area around Tucson. And to say that this is a crisis is actually an understatement of what we are seeing. It is a catastrophe that we are going to suffer and struggle through for decades to come, not only because of what we are dealing with right now, but what our children and our grandchildren are going to deal with the cartels, the human trafficking, the drug smuggling that's coming into our country. I also have the honor of serving as the chairman of the Subcommittee on Indian and Insular Affairs. And in this position, we have held hearings on the barriers tribal law enforcement face in promoting safe tribal communities and stories which are similar to the challenges we have heard here today. I appreciate your passion for protecting your communities. And the facts are that the FBI, the BIA, and the IHS have failed your communities. They continue to fail your communities. And the crisis on the border is only making it worse. Something has to change, and someone needs to be held accountable for what they are doing to our tribal communities, what they're doing to our youth, what they're doing to our citizens, what they're doing to everyone in this country. Mr. Kirk, in your testimony, you stated that, quote, "There is no doubt that the Mexican drug cartels are playing a major role in this crisis." You speak with such certainty because this is something that is well known in Indian country. Would you please describe what you have personally witnessed in terms of cartel activity on your reservation?
So the things that happen, it gets sent in the mail. I go back to that. No longer is it people transporting anything when it comes. A lot do get transported. A lot does come on the trains. When you say the effects, you just see the families. You see the brokenness. You see everything, the loss of happiness anymore. You see the lack of excitedness to actually go out and make $1, to actually go out and feed your family, to actually go out and do those things that were accustomed to us. One of the biggest things that you see is once somebody has 100 pills, people have a habit of 25 pills a day. And you think about that. How do you get $2,500 a day to pick up that habit? They're a front man. And that's all they have is front people over and over and over again. And they utilize these guys and get deeper and deeper in debt. And if nothing happens, then they're held accountable. One thing is that they come in and harm these people. They come in and beat them because they have a debt with them. So I invite you to come out to the reservation in Fort Peck, and you can see.
I would like to do that.
You could see the boarded up houses. You could see the things on reservations that you won't see here in Washington, D.C.
I would like to do that.
And you can see the ravaging that's going on our reservations because nobody should ever have to do that. And with your guys' help, we can get the right resources to help our people.
We want to help you. And I think that one of the things that worries me the most about this and the crisis that has been created over the last 3 years with the human trafficking and the drug smuggling and the impact on our reservations is the trauma for our young people and the trauma that they are witnessing, watching their parents be consumed by the addiction. and the slavery associated with that addiction and being beholden to the cartels because of that addiction, because of those addictions. I am horrified by what you've described today, and I am absolutely furious with our federal agencies for refusing to acknowledge and address the crisis on the border and what it is doing to the interior of our country, and most specifically what it is doing to Indian country. I am sorry for their failures. We are trying to hold them accountable. I will come to your reservation. I want to see what you're talking about because we've got to fix it.
If I may respond, last week we had a meeting, Rocky Mountain Tribal Leaders Council meeting. IHS regional director was there telling us they have $50 million in carryover funds that they're just holding, then we're asking as tribes, give them to us so we can start treatment centers, give them to us so we can start helping our people. What are they earmarked for? How many does each tribe have? You know what the regional director says? I don't know. $50 million sitting there. They come and ask you guys for more money for us. You guys turn us down. Why? Because if you guys see somebody that can't spend $50 million, how can you guys bipartisanly come together and say that we need more money? Every time we go to the region, every time we go to these places, it falls on deaf ears, and we need help. We need you guys to hold these people accountable. That's what it's going to take, is for somebody to finally hold the government accountable to their trust and treaty obligations to us as tribes, to finally get those funds that are sitting there, get them out to the tribes so we can actually help our reservations. Thank you.